Hey, Nerd Society! Today, we're diving into the shadowy past and deadly skills of one of Marvel's most fascinating antiheroes, the Winter Soldier. From his tragic transformation to his most epic battles, Bucky Barnes has been through it all. You might think you know everything about Captain America's former best friend, but we've got some surprising facts that will blow your mind. Before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment on your favorite Winter Soldier moment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our superhero content. Now, let's jump into 10 facts about the Winter Soldier. The creation. James Buchanan Bucky Barnes was introduced to the world in 1941, created by the legendary duo Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. He made his first appearance in Captain America Comics #1, back when Marvel was still known as Timely Comics. Bucky was designed to be the perfect sidekick for Captain America, following the Golden Age trend where nearly every major hero had a youthful partner to fight alongside them. His role was to bring in younger readers and serve as a contrast to Cap's more disciplined nature, making their adventures even more dynamic. Origin. Bucky Barnes faced tragedy early in life. He lost his mother at a young age, and by the time he turned 12, his father was killed in battle during World War II. Although he had a sister, Rebecca, she was sent to a boarding school, and the two never saw each other again. Left without a family, Bucky was taken in by soldiers at an army training camp, where he became something of a mascot for the troops. It was there that he stumbled upon Steve Rogers, changing into his Captain America uniform, accidentally uncovering his secret identity. Rather than exposing the truth, Bucky made a bold proposal. He would keep Steve's secret if Cap agreed to train him as his partner. Seeing the boy's determination, Steve accepted, and Bucky soon became more than just a sidekick. He was molded into a skilled fighter and symbol of youthful patriotism, inspiring young Americans to support the war effort. How he died. Bucky's time in World War II came to a tragic end at the same moment as Captain America's. The two heroes were on a mission to stop a Nazi drone plane loaded with explosives. As the aircraft soared through the sky, both Cap and Bucky managed to leap onto it, clinging to its side with their bare hands. Realizing the plane was likely rigged with traps, Steve lost his grip and urged Bucky to let go as well. However, Bucky's arm got caught, preventing him from escaping in time. A moment later, the aircraft exploded, seemingly killing him on impact. Meanwhile, Captain America plummeted into the freezing waters below, where he remained in suspended animation for decades. While the world believed Bucky had perished that day, his fate was far more complicated than anyone could have imagined. The encounter in the Red Room. Long before making his grand return as the Winter Soldier in Ed Brubaker's iconic storyline, Bucky Barnes had already crossed paths with one of Marvel's deadliest spies, Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. During the Cold War, Bucky, now a brainwashed assassin under Soviet control, was involved with the infamous Red Room, the secret training program that shaped Natasha into a master spy. It was during this time that the two formed a deep connection, and according to later revelations, they even had a romantic relationship. Though their memories were often manipulated by their handlers, their bond remained one of the most intriguing and tragic entanglements in Marvel's espionage world. The new Captain America. After the devastating events of Civil War, Steve Rogers was assassinated, leaving the world without Captain America. Enraged and grief-stricken, Bucky Barnes vowed to take revenge on the two people he blamed most for his best friend's death, Tony Stark and the Red Skull. However, before he could carry out his mission, he was captured by S.H.I.E.L.D., now under Stark's leadership. To Bucky's surprise, Tony had no intention of punishing him. Instead, he offered him a new purpose, taking up Steve's mantle as the next Captain America. At first, Bucky resisted, believing himself unworthy of the title. But after some soul-searching and realizing the world still needed a Cap, he reluctantly accepted. Donning a modified version of the iconic suit, he joined the New Avengers, determined to uphold Steve's legacy in his own way. Powers and abilities. While Bucky Barnes may not have superhuman abilities in the traditional sense, his training, enhancements, and combat experience make him one of the deadliest fighters in the Marvel Universe. After being captured by the Soviets and transformed into the Winter Soldier, Bucky was cybernetically enhanced with a bionic arm, granting him superhuman strength, precision, and the ability to interface with technology. His arm also features built-in weapons, an electromagnetic pulse generator, and even the ability to return to him if detached. Beyond his cybernetic enhancements, Bucky is an elite hand-to-hand combatant, a master marksman, and an expert in espionage, thanks to his training with both Captain America and the Red Room. His peak human conditioning, along with decades of combat experience, makes him a nearly unstoppable force on the battlefield. Teams. Throughout his long and complex history, Bucky Barnes has been part of several major teams, adapting to different roles as both a hero and an anti-hero. As Captain America's original sidekick, Bucky fought alongside the Invaders, a World War II-era team that included Cap, Namor, and the original Human Torch. After being brainwashed by the Soviets and transformed into the Winter Soldier, he operated as a solo assassin for decades. However, after reclaiming his identity, he became a key member of the New Avengers during his time as Captain America. Later, Bucky took on a leadership role with the Thunderbolts, leading a covert team of morally complex operatives. Additionally, he formed the Winter Guard in Russia and has worked alongside the Secret Avengers on Black Ops missions. His adaptability and combat skills have made him a valuable asset to both hero and anti-hero teams throughout the years. Romance. Bucky Barnes' love life has been shaped by his dark past and time as the Winter Soldier. One of his most significant relationships was with Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. Their romance began during the Cold War, when both were under Soviet control. Natasha trained in the Red Room, while Bucky was brainwashed into becoming an assassin. Though they shared a deep connection, their relationship was often manipulated by outside forces, making it bittersweet and short-lived. Another important relationship in Bucky's life was with Sharon Carter, with whom he grew closer after his return as the Winter Soldier. Their bond was strong, but Bucky's haunted past and constant fight for redemption made their love difficult. His romantic journey has been a mix of passion, loss, and self-discovery. Despite his struggles, Bucky continues to seek peace and love, even if it remains just out of reach. Enemies. Bucky Barnes, both as the Winter Soldier and Captain America, has faced many personal enemies. One of his most relentless foes is the Red Skull, whose schemes not only made him a wartime adversary, but also played a role in Bucky's transformation into the Winter Soldier. The Skull remains a haunting reminder of his tragic past and the horrors of Hydra's control. Hydra itself is another of Bucky's greatest enemies, as the organization brainwashed and used him as a lethal weapon for decades. Baron Zemo has also been a dangerous adversary, manipulating events to make Bucky's life even more difficult. During his time as Captain America, he clashed with Tony Stark and the Pro-Registration faction in Civil War, though he later reconciled with Iron Man. Many of Bucky's greatest enemies remain tied to his past, representing the ghosts of his former life. Personality. Bucky Barnes is a character defined by loyalty, duty, and internal conflict. As Captain America's sidekick and later his successor, he developed a strong moral compass, even after enduring immense trauma as the brainwashed Winter Soldier. Despite his dark past, Bucky constantly strives for redemption, guided by his unbreakable bond with Steve Rogers. His resilience and sense of justice drive him to protect those he cares about, even when he struggles with his own demons. However, Bucky is also plagued by guilt and self-loathing, burdened by the atrocities he committed while under Hydra's control. This inner turmoil makes him both guarded and emotionally vulnerable, often keeping others at a distance. Though usually reserved and stoic, his moments of introspection reveal his deep struggles with trust and identity. Over time, he has learned to embrace his second chance at life, balancing strength, regret, and the enduring search for redemption. That's it for today's video on the Winter Soldier. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Bucky Barnes and his incredible journey. If you did, don't forget to like, comment your favorite Winter Soldier moment, and subscribe for more superhero content. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay heroic, Nerd Society.